Hello YouTube, this is King77 Carmen, and this will be part 3 of my review of the W2 Specter from Kotobukiya. I noticed something in my first video. I said that I was going to make it into the Ryurai Kai. That was the Go-Rai. This was the one from the Ryurai Kai. And as you can see, I have it back to the part that it all shares. I'm going to start by putting on the head. This is the same part of the head from the Ryurai Kai, or not Ryurai Kai, the Go-Rai. This is the head of the face plate of the Ryurai Kai, which you really can't see any detail on it because it is all in a darker blue, and that just easily goes on. Snap it into place. And next, well, first off, let me separate them into pieces and get the parts and all that stuff together, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So let's start with the legs. Here is the leg. I have the other leg already done up because, again, they're almost completely symmetrical, except for the knife will be on the leg. That's the only real difference. And the way I have it all as really one piece, all the two halves and the two connecting pieces. I just have it separated like that, so I can just go boom, feed that side in, put that side over it, and that is the basic center of the leg. Then you take this knee armor, shin armor piece with part of the calf armor, which they're two separate pieces. It's exactly the same. They both have the same patterning on it. It's just easier to keep one side connected. And I would recommend gluing both sections together so you don't have to, there's going to be a gap otherwise. And if this piece isn't in all the way. Alright, and there we go. And then just fold up that piece and that piece. Bring in the torso, or the waist piece. Plug the leg in. Have it sitting there. Now I'm going to do the pieces for the upper torso, which there is some modification. Take the two guns that comes with it. And it's nice how they feed over. They have a little latch that goes over the top to keep them from spinning there. And now you have his two big guns. And then just put the body on. And maneuver the guns so they don't pull it all the way back. Bring in the arm. Really the only new pieces is the shoulder armor, which is right here. Separate it. Feed the back on. Feed the front on. And then you put this little crowning piece, which you don't need to have this piece in if you're not going to have the shield pieces. If you're going to have the shield pieces displayed here, you don't need that in. Or you need that in, but if you want them, because they have these little pegs that come in, you get two sets of these, the little peg pieces. So you can peg them onto the arm and have it more as like a riot shield on the arm. But I'm not going to be using that. So all you have to do is click it on, sway it in, grab the other one, and fidget it around to get it onto the shoulder. Probably should have made sure the polycaps were facing the right way before I started the review. Whatever. Didn't take me that long. And as you can see, I got a lot bulkier. Camera up a bit. Yeah, and well, if you can tell, because this little screen that I'm looking through isn't very good. All the added pieces are in this darkish blue navy. So I might as well start articulation. Arms still. Well, now you've actually no, you still have about the same movement out and forward. That really doesn't change. You actually get added arm articulation, kinda, sorta, because off the shoulder. The shield piece is going to go 360 and all the way in and out on the hinge. Actually, yeah, you don't lose any articulation. Backpack, now both guns can flip over the shoulders since they're on a double hinge. There's a hinge here and a hinge here, so you can go all the way over and move it around and have fun with it. It is another thing on the back. These little sections I would recommend gluing in just for the sheer fact of moving around these really tight joints. Kind of pulls everything out of place. Ignore that noise in the background. That's just me hitting off the size comparisons. There we go. Oh, forgot to put on the knife. Knife goes in the same place, right on the calf. Actually, no, I think it's a little higher now, but whatever. For added articulation in the leg, you get this knee flap, the front and the back piece, but you don't lose any knee articulation. That's the awesome part. Basically the same as the normal forms, or normal form. You have a ball joint connecting this piece here, so nice movement. You have a hinge joint here on the back pad, so you can get them all nice and sturdy. You can get both legs down, and then these front panels, which you can't see, flip down, and they're on a ball joint here at the shield piece, or the strut, so you can get them all nice and sturdy. And then flip over the cannons and knock off a piece of the cannon. I will have to give you guys this one word of warning. Most of these pieces will need to be glued. It's a snap fit kit, yes, and it'll work like that. But if you try, moving it, it will start to come apart. Oh, and you do get something really cool. Let me just pop the head off of this. You can remove this little section and put it down as like a visor section for targeting and all that fun stuff. And there really is no weight issues I've found with this kit in this form. In the last form, and probably in my custom, which I don't have the pieces for yet, we'll have some weight issues, but I'll go over that stuff at another time. But as for now, this is King77 Carmen saying stay tuned for the next review, and please rate, comment, and subscribe.